Hello, it's Celeste, and I go by Spirit of a Warrior. And this is a follow-up video to the journal prompt video I put out a little bit earlier this month. And you can find the link to the original video down below. But just to recap, the journal prompt questions were, what brings me joy? What activities do I do that bring me joy? What do others love about me? What do I love about me? And what does God love about me? Okay, so the theme was joy and self-love, very appropriate for this month of February. So in this follow-up video, I will just talk a little bit about my personal experience with going through this. And I would also like to share with you one of my more recent paintings. Um, Art is a very spiritual practice to me, and this angel woman is pointing, I call her Wayfinder. So with these journal prompts, I hope that we find more clarity, and that will help us find our way this month. Okay, so for me personally, the first question, what brings me joy? And what I discovered as I looked inside, I found things like the discovery of beautiful things and witnessing miracles and seeing growth, not only, like plants, but also just growth in people that I love. Those were some of the answers that I had. Also, noticing answers to prayers. That's another thing that brings me really great joy. So the next question, it is a very similar question, but at the same time, it's very different, right? What activities do I do that bring me joy? So what I found as I answered this question is that the activities were the types of activities that would tend to lead towards the things that bring me joy. So that was really exciting to notice. So for me personally, one big thing is creating art. And that's a joyful activity for me, and it leads to that discovery of beautiful things. Sometimes it does feel like a great miracle when a painting comes together when I didn't think it would. Things like that. Just scanning my notes here. I'm noticing moments where God is teaching me. So being in places, in study, places where I can notice those things. So something I plan on doing is focusing a little bit more on these activities because I know that they will lead to those joyful moments, to those things that really bring me joy. What do others love about me? People who came to mind are my husband, like neighbors, my children. And so I wrote down some things that I know they've said about me or things that I think that they notice about me. Okay, so what do I love about me? So I took it from outside of myself to inside of myself, as I think this question will lead us to do. And I noticed that I love that I'm learning to play more and that I'm learning to trust God more. That was a really beautiful thing to discover. I love it that I can find wonder in this world. So anyway, those were a couple of things that came up for me personally. The last question was, what does God love about me? So, what I noticed here is that piece of myself that's connected to eternity, right? That piece of me that's connected to God. And I feel that you'll find that as well as you ask about this. And that was just such a beautiful and inspirational question to ask myself and to ask God about. And I recommend going through these journal prompts for yourself. I do believe that they will bring you clarity for this month. Um, and and I hope that you will watch the original video. It does have original art pieces. As you know, some of them were made to be backgrounds, but I do believe that you'll find those inspirational as you go through this. And whether you choose to actually journal or just answer them in your mind, I hope that you have a great experience with it and that your February is wonderful. Okay, take care. I will see you next time.